Okay, guys, I think that we can start. So the projects will keep joining. So let's meet the speakers. I see we're still waiting for Tamara from Kima to join. But anyway, I will have some time to present the speakers here. Here we have Paul Martin, who is VP Marketing from Bondex. Hello, Paul. Let me know that you're here and can speak.
Yeah, GM, how are we doing today?
Cool. Good. So we have so many great projects here. So happy to be here and to host this space. Good. We have ArenaVS and Femi Fania, who is CEO. Please let me know if you are here or show some sign. So Kima moderator, please make ArenaVS speaker if that's possible. Hello.
GM, everybody, can you hear me well?
Yeah, welcome. Hello, yeah, here. Great. So we have Klink Finance with Philip, who is Klink co-founder. Philip, are you here?
I'm here. Hey, thanks a lot for having me.
Oh, hello. Nice to have you. We have Kilian from Stabble, who is Stabble CEO and founder. Kilian, are you here with us? Can hear you speak?
GM, yes, I can hear you clearly.
Cool. No problems with Twitter today. Great news. So we have NeuroChain and we have Julius from NeurochainAI, who is NeuroChain CEO. Julius, are you here with us? Can you speak here?
Yes, I am. Thanks for having us. Pleasure to meet everyone.
We have Ernam with Gaston Klanian, who is general manager. Gaston, let us know if you're here.
I'm here. Hi, Olena, and hi, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here.
Hello, thanks. And we have the lady over here, Victoria N from Magic Square. Hello, Victoria. Nice to have you here.
Hello. Happy to be here and talking about everything what's happening around Web3 ecosystems and much more.
Welcome. And our star for today, Tamer. Hello, Tamer. Happy to have you here. I hope that you will be the first person who will share some great news that we have in Kima today. And just the mic goes to you before we start with questions and with project interest.
Hey guys, pleasure to be here, seeing a lot of friendly and beloved faces, and looking forward to having some fun here today, guys. And we'll share some news, of course, about Kima. Let's go.
Great. So we will start with the first question. Actually, it's some kind of intro, and I will ask you guys to say what is your project about, what problem it solves, and what does it matter for people right now. So this can be a short intro since there are so many people over here. So I will ask you to be just short and precise. And let's start. Tamer, I think that we can start with you.
Cool. Sorry, I didn't hear the question. Would love to kick it off, but what was the question?
Yeah, that's the question about the project. For sure, everybody knows Kima, but actually the question is, what is our project, what problem it solves, and why does it matter for people now?
Okay, so I will be first. That's an easy one. I know that one. Good for me. Then Kima is a universal interoperability communication protocol. Basically, what we do, we allow any Web3 decentralized application to communicate with any other on any chain. And we do one thing that is a little bit different and unique than the rest of the partners in this industry. We are allowing seamless, intermediary-less communication between decentralized applications and centralized applications. So to simplify, Kima presents a whole new way where applications, for example, of banks, of financial companies such as PayPal, Revolut, or whatever they may be, to communicate directly with any decentralized application on any blockchain. We have no smart contracts and we have no oracles. So we are theoretically unhackable solution. So money can no longer be stolen from bridges because we are doing no bridging. And due to that unique nature of our solution, we are at the moment the only solution that is being presented to a few governmental organizations as a unique solution to integrate their hopefully upcoming CBDCs to blockchains. This and more can be done with Kima. Would love to elaborate more as we go.
Thank you, Tomer. Very brief and precise. So let's proceed with Bondex and Paul speaking.
Yeah, awesome. Great to be here. Big fan of Tomer as well. So really cool to hear there, Tomer, about Kima as well. We at Bondex think of us as LinkedIn for Web3. And one of the things that we're really passionate about is helping people take that next step in their career. So we do that by one, showing them jobs through web3.career, which is part of the Bondex ecosystem. We also do that by helping people get discovered in the talent pool, which you should go ahead right now and go to bondex.app, sign up to the talent pool and build a profile. And we are really passionate about trust, about showing up with a trusted profile. For one, I just found out today, bit of alpha, that my profile has been hacked, not with Bondex, obviously, but if you go to pump.fund, there is someone pretending to be me who is shilling lots of coins. They've built a Telegram. They've built they link to my Twitter. So I'm not a meme coin shiller. But having a trusted profile right now in Web3 is needed more than ever. And that's what we're building with Bondex, allowing people to build a trusted profile and then to get discovered by the biggest companies who are hiring in Web3. So yeah, that's a bit about us, a bit about what we're building. And I'll hand it over to the next speaker.
Thank you, Paul. Next is Femi from ArenaVS.
Right. So this is Fani speaking from Arena. We actually have been shipping and solving multiple problems over the years. We initially started about 4 years ago in GameFi, and we evolved into NFT technologies and all kinds of what we call tooling. So we are infrastructure for other projects, either to launch NFTs or games or whatever on chain, or to also benefit from our community because we managed to have a pretty large community. I'm thinking something almost a little bit less than 1 million across all platforms. Today we have two branches, ArenaVS, which is the dev team, and we're currently actively working on releasing very advanced DeFi tools on the XRPL chain because it's underserved. We have been we're working with Linea, with Polygon, with Ethereum, obviously, everything EVM for the past few years. And the smaller sister company is called BOS. It is an NFT launchpad for upcoming projects. So the projects that would like to launch NFT collections, they come to us and we help them with the infra, but more importantly, with the communities and the partnerships that we managed to have over the time. So that's a very long, short description of what we are. I hope I didn't take too much time.
Thank you, Femi. Next speaker will be Phil from Klink.
Yes, first of all, I feel the pain, Paul. So there's also a fake Philip running around Twitter showing meme coins. So I know how that feels. And about Klink, we are an earnings and ad tech infrastructure for Web3. So basically, we allow users to earn rewards, cash and crypto for their actions, for playing games, discovering new products. And we help loads of partners in the Web3 and also the Web2 space target highly selective users and get them into their ecosystem. So we have on our own platforms now reached over 1 million, but we are basically also building an advertiser network. So we have loads of other projects, wallets, ecosystems join our ad network. And this way we can finally bring advertising from Web2 to Web3.
Thank you. Next one is Keelan from Stabble. Keelan, welcome.
GM, yeah, this is Kilian, the founder and CEO of Stabble. Stabble is actually pretty simple. We are a DEX on Solana, but what we're doing differently is that we are Solana's most capital efficient DEX, and capital efficiency always results in extremely high APYs. So that means if you look at our stablecoin pools, we are Solana's highest yield payer on blue chip stablecoins like USDT, USDC. And that is, the result of actually needing a very low TVL in order to drive like around 50 to 60% of the whole on-chain trading volume that is happening on-chain on Solana. So that is our current status. And in the future, we're building more features that will also help liquidity providers manage their liquidity across the ecosystem when it comes to weighted assets like Solana USDC. So, for example, one feature which will be deployed in a couple of weeks is concentrated liquidity alongside margin liquidity. So that basically lets you leverage your liquidity allocation, and thus it also increases the capital efficiency by the factor of the leverage. So further, this feature will also further boost your APY. So overall, Stabble is building like unique products for LPs that help them increase their APY over other protocols on the Solana ecosystem. And I'm looking forward to today's phase.
Thank you so much. Welcome. Next speaker is Julius from NeurochainAI.
Hi again, everyone. Julius here from NeurochainAI. We are a network of decentralized AI compute network, providing inference solutions and model creation. At the moment, we're planning to roll out the version 2, which is going to be fully decentralized and interoperable with multiple tokens. We've recently announced our layer 2, which is going to be called the Forknet, built on AgLayer ecosystem together with Polygon Labs. And it's going to be a great ride. And more DeFi projects, new DeFi products coming along. And Kima's interoperability is something that we're really excited about to integrate in the future with us.
Thank you so much. So pleased to hear such kind words. The next speaker is Ornam and Gaston speaking.
Hey, buddy. It feels like we have a huge variety of companies and areas, so I reckon this is going to be a very exciting conversation. On our end, ArenaVS is essentially one of the largest rewards ecosystems in the world, both in Web 2 and Web 3. We initiated the process a few years ago with this sort of Web 2 super app, consumer super app, where users spend a lot of time and they get to participate in different activities. They basically have over 16 different earning opportunities, and they generate revenue, real money coming in from Web 2 advertisers on those ecosystems. And basically, we create a version of how that would work in Web 3. So we are kind of in that reward ecosystem. We create different opportunities for our users on a regular basis, whether it is reward assets to NFTs to different types of campaigns, and we keep simply maintaining that audience as engaged as possible and as focused on these different projects as much as we can. That's the short answer.
Thank you so much. And the last speaker is Victoria. I'd like to say ladies first, but today we have ladies last. So Victoria, welcome to tell us about what Magic Square is doing.
Last but not least important in ecosystem and
yes, please.
I would imagine I actually would introduce Magic Square as an imagination of Netflix, right? When you go and you search for this certain type of show. But we are very first Web3 app store, which meant to say you are able to find any kind of projects within the ecosystems of Solana, Ethereum, Sol network, or any other network possible in different kind of categories: social fi, DeFi, community fi, game fi, any kind of fi you can actually find. So I think it's one of the cool stuff, both for the community and developers, from the community perspective, because they're able to explore new things, new narratives, have a beautiful experience, actually contributing also by voting and deciding what project should become part of the store. And as for the builders, it's fully great to and welcome to become part of Magic Square and the Magic Store itself. You can submit your application, be there, be touchable with the real users, being more than 4 million active users. We actually have more than roughly average time spending more than 10 minutes on the store, which is kind of a cool metric to mention. So we're building a lot of stuff. Apart from the Magic Store, we also have the Magic Launchpad, Pod Offers, Magic Farms, and much more. And regardless what kind of thing you're building or what you're exploring, everything the best can be felt on the Magic Square. So very welcome. Explore the magic since you're creating the one.
Thank you guys and welcome all to this Kima show. And next question will be a little bit tricky because it will be about the competitors. It's quite clear that that's very hard to create some really revolutionary scene. So, and to become the next big new scene in crypto. So can you please briefly explain how does your project stand out from competitors in your space and what makes your project better or more valuable for users? So we can start with Tomer. Guys, please let me know if I'm audible.
You're audible. I think Tomer's busy right now.
Okay. Let's continue with Paul then from Bondex.
It's actually one of my favorite topics because I think it's if you don't have competitors, you should be nervous. They call it like red ocean and a blue ocean, but I think having people in your space really validates that the problem you're trying to solve. A lot of other people agree, and you should be really encouraged. So the good thing as well is we've got some great competitors, and we really, really rate them. I think it's easy to look at competitors and say they're terrible, but we love to see this space kind of go forward, and we take inspiration from our competitors. And we do monitor them as well. So I think everyone should monitor your competitors. But I really think that if you as a company and as a team are looking at competitors saying they're rubbish, then they're probably not. They're probably doing a good job. And I think a better question to be asking is, what are they doing that we think is resonating? And is there anything that they have that your competitors might be doing that you think actually this would work great for us? But ultimately, I think competitors should remind you around where do you want to go deep as a company? Where do you really want to double down on? Because you can't achieve everything. So one of the lines that we have with Bondex as we're kind of building is we will aggregate where we have no intention to win, and we will build where we want to win. So we really want to become the most trusted profile for people in Web3. We want people to have a profile that allows them to get discovered passively, to be discovered when they're actively looking for roles. And we want to become the absolute best at this. And we don't believe there's others who are obsessed as we are. So that's how we kind of see things. And then everything else, DID, to, all these other things. Sure, there'll be other providers of that. We'll aggregate and we'll create something unique outside. But I think it's really important for people to look at competitors and say, actually, how can we learn from them? And but where do we need to go deep where they're not going deep?
Thank you, Paul. It really resonates with what I'm thinking because I'm thinking if you don't have any competitor in the field, maybe there is no product market fit for your product.
You should be nervous, right? If there's no looking around, you're like, we are the only ones that. Maybe exactly. There's something to be learned. I don't know.
Yeah, thank you. Tamer, we see that you're back, please.
Yes. You know the joke about Twitter space. Same joke all the time. Elon can send spaceships to Mars, but still cannot fix this Twitter spaces thing. So now that people can hear me, we'll be happy to answer the question. So in Kima, we actually don't see the other industry peers as competitors, but as industry peers. We would like to think that the whole magic of decentralization and the Web3, this new era of internet, has brought something unique, brought power to the people, and we would like to think that we are enhancing and upgrading our peers' products and tools, and not directly competing with them. So it's not only a mumbo jumbo that sounds like hippie stuff, but we are indeed doing that thing. We are opening our door to any existing decentralized interoperability protocol to use Kima's technology in order to interact with centralized applications, to upgrade and enhance their interoperability capabilities, not only to keep it within the Web3 ecosystem, but to go out from the decentralized realms and connect to the centralized world, to normal applications. Now, to those of you who don't know the Kima solution that well, Kima can basically allow you to connect your Ethereum wallet directly to your PayPal account, for example, and send money back and forth with stables and dollars as you would to another wallet address, just directly to someone's PayPal account. It can allow your bank to connect to your Bitcoin wallet and lock a certain amount of Bitcoins to their account, and then give you a mortgage against it by using it as collateral. And it can also allow Sony to connect the PlayStation Network directly to Sonium, to Solana, or to whatever, to mint your game achievements as NFTs. So I'm not sure that we're really competing with anyone. But if we were competing and I need to show it as a competitor, then our edge is definitely the fact that we're doing direct and seamless communication, direct interoperability for the centralized world with the decentralized world, which is something that no other protocol can do without smart contracts, without oracles, and of course, without very expensive and slow intermediaries. So that's how we do it.
Yeah, thank you, Tamer. I'd really like to summarize you with your own words from some other AMAs that we are not competing, we are completing. I really like to use it as Kima's motto. Thanks, Tamer. So next is Fanny from Arena.
Yes, sorry for that. So I'm gonna actually really stop at what played already. Technically, in our case, we see everybody as a different level of partner. Sometimes people doing the exact same thing as us are actual partners because the market is still young. The potential, the opportunity is so big that it would be stupid to look at other people building the space and think that they're competitors and we want to kind of try and beat them or hurt them or anything negative in that sense. And it's been the case for years. I think the crypto industry is different from other industries I've been. I've been in the digital space since like 2005 personally, so I'm not that young. And usually people compete against each other. People cheat, people hate each other, people actually like backstab each other when they're competing for the same, like at least target users. It's not the case in crypto. Yes, there's some competition, but everybody's friendly. Everybody's trying to help each other because we know that we're still young as an industry, and then we can only grow together, not fighting like against each other. I see that some people have like camps, and you see like there's like the Bitcoin maxis, the East maxis, and the Solana maxis, and whatever, hating on each other. But in the end, we're all in the same boat, guys. Either on Solana or Bitcoin or Ethereum, or whatever other chain. We're all on a very small industry and we need to help each other if we want to succeed. And most of us do believe this, and that includes us directly. We've been working with other NFT marketplaces and NFT launchpads, for example, even if we're doing the exact same thing. But by joining forces, we amplify the reach for the clients we work with, for example. Same for the infra side of things. So I think we're in this all together, and that's the way it should be. Unfortunately, it's not that way in Web 2, but it's not our problem. We live in Web 3 here.
Yeah, that's so very true. We are like a small family here in crypto, so we have to support each other rather than to quarrel. Thanks. Philip.
Yes, same story more or less. So also on our side, we work with a lot of different set of partners. So we basically help projects who need users. We help them grow. We help projects who have users and monetize them better. And the whole advertising space there is competition, but there is more cooperation. So what we also do is we work with a lot of other platforms. For example, we had a campaign on Magic Square in the past. We also have our project listed there, and there's other platforms that work in similar spaces. And what happens a lot of the times is that deals get shared, that one partnership with a large brand is closed, and then it's distributed across a network of partners. So it's an extremely collaborative space, because what's happening at the moment is we are unlocking budgets that are massive from the Web2 space. So we see that a lot of these larger players are also moving into the Web3 space, or want to tap into the user base. And the pie is so big that even if everyone gets a piece of the pie, it's still such a massive piece that we are all working together to basically make that work. And one key thing that we are also working on with partners like Coinbase or Binance or Bybit or those kinds of players is they are moving a bit from targeting global user bases to moving back into targeting local user bases. So what happens also inside our product is that the offers and the campaigns that we are showing, they are many of them have geo-targeting as well. So they are basically, with this move of bringing the budgets from Web2 into Web3, there's also some Web2 expectations that are coming. So we already see players like Prime Video on our platform, or those kinds of large Web2 players. And for that, we are working together with a big set of other advertisers, of other platforms, where users can earn rewards for their actions. And that makes it super collaborative and a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, that's so very true. Thank you. Then goes Kilian from Stabble. The stage is yours.
Sure, thank you. So yeah, actually, when we founded Stabble, we saw like huge opportunity, because we think that DeFi is definitely the way to go. DeFi is the future, and trading will happen more and more on chain rather than somewhere off chain, on centralized, intransparent, centralized exchanges and stuff like that. We see more and more DeFi protocols evolving, but we thought, okay, the problem is the capital efficiency for especially the liquidity provider. If you want to actually create a trading ecosystem, you of course need the liquidity, and you have to attract liquidity. But the problem is that we realized, hey, what are the opportunities to actually earn yield on your liquidity? And we thought, okay, if we can fix that, we have a large business case here. And so that was actually our approach. So our goal was to be more capital efficient compared to any existing solution out there. So for example, Radium, Orca, Meteora, and so on. And we have actually, multiple steps planned. And first of all, we want to create an environment for stablecoin trading, which is very competitive and actually beats the competition when it comes to the APYs that can be generated using Stabble. And that is something that we did so far. And in the future, we'll focus on other assets like Solana, USDC. I mentioned that earlier already quickly. And we want to actually make also trading these, or providing liquidity with these assets, more attractive to liquidity providers. And we have like a unique infrastructure, a unique set of features designed and are building them that allow liquidity providers to manage their liquidity across multiple pools and within the ecosystem in a way more efficient way, that they also can earn way more yield compared to any competitor out there. And I think so far the numbers have proven that we are delivering, like the results that we are delivering are the best in the ecosystem. And I'm really looking forward to continue the journey and further build like more products that will increase the capital efficiency to liquidity providers. And so our ultimate vision.
Hello. Is that only me who don't hear Kilian?
Oh, that's for everyone. It seems
I
Cuba
see.
disconnected. I can
Okay.
see he's talking, but no audio.
Yeah, same for me. Well, okay. Most likely we have to move to another speaker. I see that Gaston from Ernam.
All right. I think you can hear me now, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it seems like Twitter Spaces is a little bit slow for me, and I don't hear this changing of status from listener to speaker. So
Yeah, I think I also got some problems maybe with the local internet here. So guess where I'm calling it from? Good old Germany. So I think that was also maybe the cause of that interrupt. Yeah, let me quickly wrap it up. So what I wanted to say is what Stabble's about. We built a whole ecosystem for liquidity providers where they can provide liquidity to multiple assets or with multiple assets within the Olena ecosystem and earn higher yields compared to any competition out there. And yeah, that's it. That's what we're doing differently.
sorry, QN, we have removed the guy who was interrupted. So most likely he just he just jumped in eventually when our admin was adding him. So yeah, so sorry for you being interrupted. Yeah.
I was quite confused. Yeah.
Yeah, because really I thought like, wow. So yeah.
But cool. Did you hear my last sentences?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Then I will hand it over to the next speaker. I don't want to take too much time here.
Thank you. Yeah, so Gaston had to leave our space, so we're moving to Victoria.
Hey guys, actually quite happy to hear all these beautiful words saying that, maybe should husband actually apply to blockchain. Because if we take a look into the basic and whenever the Bitcoin was born and people who created it, they were patient about decentralization, about human culture and how much it is important to stay connected and yet creating something very unique. Where we are right now, thanks to them. So I think Web3 in the blockchain itself, it's not about competition, but it's about co-creating, right? Because we are here, we are very new to the space, and we do have the experience. So if you are able to how and share your experience with newbies in terms of the builders or neither it is a community, it is perfect because people who are dreamers actually dream a lot and
Sorry, you're speaking pretty far. You're speaking very far from the computer, and there's like a closed room.
I'm very loud. Can you hear me loud now? Like I'm very loud. I'm very patient to share that. So can you hear me? Yeah, it's all good. Just seems like you're far from the computer, or there is huge echo in your room because yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening. Yeah. Thank you to Elon. Maybe he can fix that in the future. But what I wanted to say is that, of course, there are different kind of solutions, and yet Magic Square is kind of different to me because one of the very key values that I support myself and I really enjoy is the transparency, right? Because everything is trackable in terms of the user acquisition or even performance or even for the community itself. And also a lot of opportunities such as hot offers where you can do the campaigns, have a new user base, or support your project with the grow, on-chain activities, and much more. So since I do have Neneco, then please go check Magic Square IO. It's very simple. And then let me know what you think about it once you try it.
Thank you so much. And the last speaker will be Julius from NeurochainAI.
Yeah, so I'll try to keep it brief because there's a lot of projects, right? Going around the table takes a bit of time. But yeah, I mean,
We're just trying to mimic Elon.
yeah, no, it's so fun. Like I mean,
Collecting Elna's almost face.
I really got distracted by that guy who stepped in, and I almost forgot the question. But yeah, I mean, competition wise, it's good to have competition, right? Because it makes you take a step further, right? If you want to stay competitive, you always have to improve. You always have to think about, what's next on the agenda, right? How to improve, how to be better. And if you get stale and you get focused only on what you have and never improve, you're basically going to run in this situation where you're just going to be run over and by the market, and that's it. And it's still, even if it is decentralized, it still has to be a business, right? And it has to be profitable, because developers, blockchain expenses, etc. You have to improve. Now our competition is quite tense, and we started when the whole deepen and DeFi growth started. We're running right now, I think it's more than 2 years, or almost 3 years already. So it's kind of good that we're still here. It's kind of good that we're still kicking in and building new projects and products within our ecosystem. And our competition was quite intense, to say the least. Right, we had the very big players, we had very small players, and we had product focused players. Now, I would say the key factor that actually takes us, or was as our key feature, apart from providing inferencing services, is that we're doing it on consumer grade hardware, right? So we tap into the community, which essentially is decentralized communities, and which is at the core of the decentralized communities. It's the users, right? And making them, or giving them the opportunity to run their own ecosystems, their own future subnets on our version 2, and do that on consumer grade hardware. Because if you remember, or hopefully remember, back in the day, when Bitcoin started, it was being mined on a standard desktop computer, which was very slow, with low memory and probably no GPU whatsoever, right? And now, if you really want to be profitable there, you have to have a data center, right? you have to consume huge amounts of electricity. And even though it's still decentralized, right, and even still it's the core of the whole decentralization and the whole blockchain ecosystems, but to enter it becomes very much complex, right? You can't win a block, and you cannot mine a block running a mobile phone, which you can do on our ecosystem. So we're kind of still there where our community can tap in and can play around and run their own models. Our version 2 is going to improve that decentralization feeling and help them create their own subnets, like private networks, private or public networks, for everyone to use their solutions and their models. Yeah. So I would say that this is our key differentiation or differentiator at the point. But yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Julius. And you have raised quite an important question regarding the community. And I think that it will be our last and actually next question, because we all know that community matters a lot, especially in Web3, in crypto, when it's like the most important part that we have in each project. And my question will be about the hype. So, in a time when hype fades fast, how are you building a community that actually sticks around? So, how do you keep it active, loyal, and involved? Since I think that during the project's TG and all those pre-TG activities, it's very easy to keep the community up and active and actually supportive. But how about after? So what do you do to keep your community active and supportive? So I think that we can start with Tamer, if you're ready, Tamer. Tamer, please show some sign again.
Hello,
Okay.
Hi. Works good. Thank you.
Good.
I think that every Web3 project, one of the most key assets that we hold is our communities. So it's very hard to establish a real community for a project that is not just based on airdrop hunters and airdrop farmers, but really relies on developers, on investors, and on real believers of the cause, of the decentralized financial future that we're building here. So what we're trying to do in order to keep our community as high quality as we can and as active as possible is basically being almost 100% transparent with them. I'm saying almost because there are things, of course, due to natural nature of Kima speaking to governments and other centralized entities under NDAs, we cannot share with the community, unfortunately, these kind of things. So we're trying to be as transparent as we can about everything that we can keep in public. We're always opening our doors to our community to ask questions, to challenge us with various concerns that they have, and then to try and explain, solve, and eliminate these concerns. And we're most of all trying to make every community member, even if it's a developer, a holder, or a big investor, to feel that they have an active role in our journey by asking for their feedback, advices, asking them for various information about their daily use of crypto and centralized entities that they interact during the day in order to learn more and better. We are, of course, how can we not, running ongoing engagements activities with our community, be it airdrop activities and other reward activities in order to learn and engage with our audience. And we're trying to do, of course, as much as we can, AMAs, events like these, and other panels and shows with other great partners of ours, in order to try and give them more information and more ways to access us and access firsthand news coming from the leadership team. At the end of the day, we believe that every community member is not only a community member, but a brand ambassador. And we're trying to keep them as such, and to make them happy and feel that they are indeed part of this decentralized family.
Thank you, Tomer. Paul, would you like to proceed?
Yeah, it's awesome there from Tomer. One of the things you mentioned was about transparency. About a month ago with Bondex, or maybe two, we just published our Dune dashboards, and really to make it transparent around our treasury, so that anyone can go in and see, okay, what does the vesting contracts look like for everyone who's involved with Bondex, from the team to the market makers to advisors and all the rest. And what I love, what Thomas said there around transparency, because in Web3, you're really building in public, and there is nothing more powerful than people speaking on your behalf. And to have a community that really believe in the project, that starts from being really transparent and building trust, and having trust right at the core of your project. And so for us, we're going to keep going even further on here, and bringing more transparency into Bondex, and also bringing more trust as well. And that comes through showing up, comes through and letting the community in on exactly what's going on, what's building. We've got some massive announcements coming up in the next few weeks and few months. And the first people we share it with is our community. So I think that's one of the most important things for anyone building in this space, is to really share as much and be as transparent as possible. And your community will very much appreciate it.
Yes, that's so true. So Femi from Arena, maybe we can move to other speaker. Philip, are you still with us?
Of course, yes.
Nice.
There were a lot of good points mentioned already. I mean, for us, one key thing that we look at, we are in the end, we are a retail platform. So we also offer everyone the opportunity to earn rewards. So that's one key aspect of our product. So for us, staying relevant also to our community is always closing new campaigns, closing new partners, giving our community new offers to earn. So that's our key priority. And for us, the most important metric that we also looking at is how much our community actually shares our product, because that's, as any retail business, that's the holy grail. So if you see your community sharing your product with their friends, with their network, that's a sign that you are on a very, very good track for product market fit, which every startup, every project strives towards. And for us, staying relevant to our community and giving them the best experience going into our platform or any of our apps for the first time, and having this moment of earning rewards for their actions as fast as possible. That's the key thing that we double down on. And this is how we stay very relevant for our whole community.
Thank you. Good points. Kilian?
Yes. So what we figured out what works best actually is, it sounds a little bit funny, but it's the product itself. So due to the product that we have built, we're attracting lots of users, lots of community members, because they're just happy to use our product. And this has proven to be like the most successful concept when it comes to long-term user acquisition and user engagement, because, in the end, everyone in Web3 is just there for one thing. It's the money, right? So if you give them the opportunity to earn money with your protocol due to organic yields, your community will be automatically happy. But of course, on top of that, we also try to, as the previous speaker said already, we try to be as transparent as possible with everything that we are doing, with all the decisions, with all the data and performances of our protocol, of our token, and so on. So we try to publish as much information publicly to everyone as possible. And we're also trying to engage our users to become an active part within our community, and especially within our DAO. So Stabble is also a DAO, and we encourage our users to actively help us shaping the ecosystem, shaping Stabble to something that is the ultimate vision of not just us as founders, but also our community as well.
Thank you. So, Julius?
Yeah, it's a fun question, right? Like the morning after pill. What happens next after you have been doing this for quite a while? I mean, our community is of course important for us, like it was from the start. We have different segments, as the speakers here have previously mentioned, right? So there's different communities, and within the community of the project, right? You have the active traders, you have the airdrop hunters, and you have the developers and the community of supporters who have been with you probably from the very start, who have participated in testing, running the nodes, implementing or suggesting different solutions. And we tend to focus on those guys because they bring the most value, which is intangible value, first of all, right? It's not visible, let's say, in the price charts or in the volumes of the trading, the economy, and things like that. But they bring the most value in terms of the product development and of the project's longevity, right? Because if you don't have the real users, the real use cases, you kind of get stuck with, the whole communication then is only about the token, right? When the whole communication actually has to be around the project and the product, which has some economic value in it. So at the moment, our main focus was quite technical, as we are a very technical project. But our technical basis is now focused mainly on the community who have participated from the very early days, and how to bring in more value to those users, especially holding the token, especially in providing more accessible resources to different aspects of the blockchain, as well as artificial intelligence. So this migration for our L2 is focused on their value proposition and extending the abilities for them to make a profit by providing different compute solutions to the users of the network itself. So yeah, it is a little bit slow, of course. As everything with development, you can't. AI helps helps a lot, right? But it's still a process where you have to run tests, deploy production over and over again, UAT, and all that jazz. But overall, we believe that in long term, this is going to be the best approach is by providing good solutions, by providing good products and actually usable products within the ecosystem. And our partnerships with DeFi providers, with DeFi solution providers, with different decentralized exchanges, brings in that liquidity aspect to that everyone in the space is looking for as well. So yeah, that's our approach.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is a great point that actually, so it's product, which is the main, and then the community will be built around that. Thanks. And the last speaker will be Victoria. I see that Magic Square dropped off. Okay, good. So we're about to round up this panel show, and maybe someone wants to add some final remarks or just something that wasn't being said before. So please welcome.
Just want to thank everyone for taking the time to join today. Was fun. Maybe it was a little bit long. There were many people. We should definitely think about it for next times. But wanted to thank everyone for taking the time and joining us today. It was really fun.
Yeah, thank you, teams. Thank you, projects. Thank you, projects representatives, for joining us today. So I was definitely happy to see you, to hear you, and to listen to your thoughts. So thank you. Bye-bye.